We were doing a video conference with Thomas Clow out of New Zealand, and this was about a week or so ago. And one of my questions to Thomas was, what's happening over in Australia? If you Google anything in Australia, there's not a whole lot. It's all over 5-6 months old stuff.
Google anything. I mean, anything about what's
happening there on the ground in
right.
Australia. There's very limited news. And so Thomas gave me a little bit of the information. The Australian Department of Agriculture believes that Varroa has been there in Australia for 2 years.
So there had not been a mite infestation prior to
a detectable
infestation until the last couple of years.
Well, no, they didn't find it until about 6 months ago.
But believe that it probably has been there for a while.
But now, after research,
that makes sense.
They believe that Varroa has been there in Australia for 2 years.
And what is the nation going to do about this?
Well, they have set up eradication zones. And
that doesn't sound good.
No, it isn't. And unfortunately, the numbers that I'm seeing is 14,000 colonies were eradicated or burnt.
Now, for somebody like me who doesn't have a instant thought about how many bees are in a colony, when you say a colony, does that...
Well, a colony is probably, because this is summertime there right now. And so you're looking at 25,000, 30,000 bees.
And you said 14,000 colonies that are scheduled for elimination, eradication.
Have already been
extermination.
And so, again, pollination's going to take a hit with these bees not being there. And
why would a nation do something like that? I mean, because obviously here in the States, we have ways of treating. I know there was, I was looking at the Mountain Sweet Honey website earlier today, and there's a Varroa mite wash kit or something that would help you with detection.
Well, what Australia is trying to do is they're trying to get ahead of this and eradicate Varroa once and for all again, and that they'll be Varroa free.
Do you think that's practical?
I don't think it is practical, because you have feral colonies that are out there that are going to incubate that Varroa, and eventually they're going to die off. But then all the diseases that colony has, and with drift going from hive to hive or from a feral colony into a hive, they're going to spread those diseases and potentially Varroa at the same time. So I think that what needs to be done now is just try to eradicate it, but knowing that you're going to have to treat your bees going forward.
I've got a good friend named Gary. He lives near Melbourne. So Gary, if you're watching tonight, give us an update of what you're seeing there on the ground with your fellow beekeepers. We certainly are going to keep an eye on this story because it's heartbreaking to think about.